Well, this one's been going though. This is like 7 minutes.
Yeah,
So
we're here, yeah.
I just started to draw an outline of a snail, a chicabiga. So I don't know. Like I said, this is my cute little thing, but the owl was always, you know, I could find a few owls for you if you wanted. Little statues. That's kind of my thing. I've got a few owls around, but
you know, when I was leaving your house at like, you know,
one night it was like real early, like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it was like really late. It was the early morning,
and the owl was out there hooting.
Yeah, it was so loud. But I love it. When you hear it,
I had never heard it before.
It was just one of those noises. You're just like, it's almost eerie, but it's kind of
cool. Like I always like the nighttime and the, you know, when it's a full moon and there's an owl. Woo woo woo. It's nature.
It stops you in your tracks. That's the only way I can explain it. It just stops you.
Well, you know what? Now that you mentioned the snail, the crystal ball, I should just put him right here so I can bigger snail.
Get the energy.
The bigger one. But yeah, this is actually a crystal ball. Don't people look at this for divination?
Yeah.
Different things. They use a crystal ball. So this is a snail crystal ball. My little chicabiga. How do you say it in Spanish?
Man, I knew you were gonna ask me that.
Don't know?
I was thinking, and I feel like I know what it is, but
escargot. French.
But it's not a word I ever use. But I feel like if I look it up, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I knew that.
Yeah.
But I can't think of it.
Yeah, these are actually watercolor pencils, so I'm gonna draw and then I'm gonna put a little water and then see how they turn out, mix them a little bit. Yeah. So I'm just taking elements of things for ideas, but turn them into my own thing. Like anything that's with Canva, with the, you know, the copywriting and using people's work, and you know, everybody's using it, so somebody can't have a logo that you have and 1,000 other people have.
Yeah.
You have to have something original and unique. But like everything, movies, songs, everything is like replayed and redone. Seems because people have to get creative and come up with cool new things. Right?
People need to use their creativity.
Yeah,
I just think of like what it's going to be like. You don't express your creativity now. What is it going to be like when you're older?
I know. Well, it's like you get stressed and suppressed in life, but you have to go back and think of times when it's, you know, a happy place. Like Bob Ross, if you ever watched him, he's got happy little trees. He's always drawn the happy trees, and it's very calming to do, you know, to do the art. So here's my little snail starting. I kind of blended with the little water.
Ooh, I've never used those types of color pencils, and then I have my botanical plant going so far.
Use the pen, colorful pens. I really like these. I've been writing with these, like in journals sometimes.
Stabilo, is that what it is? Stabilo or
Stadler. That's what this one is.
.88.
Yeah, when I was in Amsterdam, I went to art stores and bought art supplies, and I was on a little tour of like coffee shops, and restaurants and pastry shops, and I would go in a cafe, and I would just I was so creatively inspired, and this is where, many artists lived there and created so many things, and it's just like you're in the vibe of the certain places. I feel like it brings out creativity where
yeah.
you just want to.
In some places it's hard to do that.
That's true.
Even environments.
True. Yeah, I'm going to get a little paper towel to clean up the brush. If you get too many colors on your brush, then it gets muddy and it gets brown, and that's not good. So you kind of have to give it a little time to dry before you add anything to it. A tip. So this is going to be mixed media, so I'm going to find another type of tool.
Oh, these are like gel highlighters.
Oh.
And then there's some like markers and stuff in here too.
So just use this one. Use some of these. I really like these. These watercolor pens are cool. Now this little snail is going to be on a log or something, like on the ground. Something. Snail. Let me think deeper about the symbolism of the snail. That I think of the tortoise and the hare, the story of the tortoise and the hare, where the tortoise is just taking slow but steady, just keep on going, keep on going. I feel like the snail is like the turtle, and maybe I feel like I've been like this slow moving creature, but they say the tortoise slow and steady wins a race, and then the ones that, the rabbit just went boom and sped up and went so fast, but in the end, the slow one is like in traffic, they're on your side and they're going really fast, and then you get a red light, and then you're all at the red light.
Then you're all at the same red light.
60 to 30 and you're still at the red light together. So
it's like, what did you accomplish? Or
yeah,
it's not always necessary to move fast.
Yeah,
everyone's finish line is different. Everyone's goal is They have in Belvedere Park. They have like a statue of that.
They do.
Of the tortoise and the hare.
Really?
Yeah, right next to like the Baltic Mill.
Huh.
Yeah, they have one.
I know that. They have a lot of art on the walls, or the murals.
The murals. It's technically the city of murals, Belvedere is.
Okay, I knew that. I'm going to have to go there one day and film the murals in
There's
Belvedere.
so many. And they're opening a Johnny Pancakes. That road right there has a bunch. All those little streets down on State Street, pretty much all of them do. We lost our.
I gotta get My face has to get how close to this? There. The Face ID. Yes, we are still on the channel. Just checking that I can see that we're still here.
Yeah, still on your channel.
Uplifting and elevating our consciousness and our spirits and raising our vibrations. Actually, I'm going to take a little walk through with the Tibetan ringing bells just to cleanse the space. I feel like this video, the sound just seemed like it kind of went with this.
It sounds so relaxing.
Sound vibrations. There are a lot of cultures right now around the world, religions that are having holidays. The Baha'i, Jewish, Christian, all over the world. I feel like I just need to say a prayer for peace, for Rockford, Illinois, for the victims of unspeakable acts.
Sounds so nice right now.
I don't know how to do this properly to get it to go. Do you know how to do that? I mean, it makes a sound in itself.
Just take it.
It seems like it kind of stops it when I do that.
Like it's just.
It's very light.
Sometimes the silicone lines work really good. Sometimes though these smaller ones are just made for like the pitch.
I feel like we should have dyed the Easter eggs. I don't have Easter egg dye. I have candle dye, and I have eggs from the farm. And I'm like, what am I going to do with all
Do you
these
have any
eggs?
powder?
What kind of
Mica powder?
Yeah, I have mica powder. I have dyes for candles and soaps. Yeah, mica powders.
You could do mica
Yeah, we
powder.
could do. But I think the dye, like probably put a few drops in. What do you put it in, vinegar or something? Didn't you used to put it in vinegar, white vinegar and water, and you soak? Like remember those Easter things?
I don't know. I don't know what it I don't know exactly what it is. Our family was never like a dye Easter egg.
Oh, we didn't do Easter eggs. Okay.
We didn't really do Easter eggs, so I'm not really sure. I think one time I did it with Kool-Aid and like water.
No way. Kool-Aid.
I'm pretty sure I did it
There's
with
definitely
Kool-Aid one
red
time.
dye in that stuff. You know that. The Kool-Aid man. Ooh, I love these.
They
gel
feel really
highlighters.
nice.
Oh, these are awesome. Yeah, it's like a silky crayon. It kind of reminds me of makeup, the way it glides on. Very pretty. I like that one. Yeah, that's different. Instead of the bright fluorescent markers, the little
They're
little bit of
they're dusty.
dusty gel. I like it. Yeah, I have to say I probably enjoy doing by hand old school art, but I've been learning the new digital with the pen, which I love that too, but it's taken a while. It's different. I do prefer the old school way, but I see the benefits of the new technology and everything. It's great, but I've had to learn it, and I still like the old way, so. But you can incorporate the two. Like, I've taken things that were done by hand and had them, maybe touched up in a graphic way or whatever. But it's always a learning process. I like these sparkles. They're so magical, the glitter.
Little glitters.
Yeah. I'm sparkling, my little man. It's a male. It's an androgynous creature. I don't know. I have to ask Siri the details. I don't know. I mean, it's not the cute one like the penguins or the little otters that hold hands and hug each other floating down the river. They're not that. But, people have snakes and lizards for pets, so who's to say what is adorable to you? It was going to be a tree, but now I think he's riding on a rainbow. So. Oh, I see your fern. And I see the cap coming along. Well, if you get hungry again, there's another thing I can make. Pierogies. Have you had the pierogies? No, you had pierogies. Did I make them one time?
I feel like you did make them one time. Yeah, because you boiled them first, and then
and then I pan fried them.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's how they taste better.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, I do. That. So, anyways, I got more. So I have sauerkraut and mushroom, because we're talking about mushrooms. That's it, the mushrooms.
The mushroom,
which is called kapusta i grzybami in Polish.
Oh my God, it's so long.
I know, their words are so long, and it's not easy.
It's so long.
Yeah. It's like a shamrock here, with not the traditional. These are muted kind of pastel colors.
AKA dusty.
Dusty. No smear. Yeah, moisture. Well, my flowers that I planted from last Easter, I had these, they were hyacinth bulbs, and I had them and they bloomed, and then I planted them in the ground last year, and they've come up now. Like, they're just starting to bloom right now, a year later at Easter. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? There's renewal and rebirth.
It's that time of year again.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back to gardening. Grow some vegetables, flowers, of course.
What time of year do you start, like,
Well, I think soon. I think after whenever the last frost, and I think you could have like maybe 1 or 2 more frosts. So it's not quite ready, but it's gonna be soon. And I have all these seeds too. I want to plant, like put them in the little cups and get them started. Bless you.
excuse me.
So not all of the seeds come up, but enough of them usually do.
Get to germinate some of them and stuff.
Yeah, I saved my tomato seeds from my last place, and they're actually still growing over there. They keep coming back because there were so many of them. But I saved some of the seeds so that I could plant them and grow them here because they were really good. They were organic heirloom tomatoes, and I ordered them from someplace in Kansas, and I got all these vegetables, and the tomatoes are so sweet, so delicious. You could just eat them like M&Ms. You can eat them. They're so good. And then salad, like I grew lettuce, different types of lettuce. You can have your own fresh salad. I had onions going until probably November and those I bought at the store, and I planted them in the dirt, and it kept coming up and it was alive. I cut off a little bit of the onion and like use it when I'm cooking or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just alive, and I just take
kept
a little
giving
off and
and
kept giving, and maybe it'll come up again. I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna plant more stuff. I'm hoping to get a deck put in this year, so that will be nice to
that will be.
sit on the deck. From watercolor to gel, but I might come back to a little watercolor in between this all. See your little snail.
My little guy. Every time I try to make a moon, it always turns out weird.
Yeah. It could be any kind of moon. This was the Ashley. Shout out Ashley at Organic Reiki. Did you see her video on YouTube? There's a penumbral. She did a meditation on her channel.
No, I didn't see it.
I saw it on Facebook. She had a link to it. So that's the astrological things. I mean, there's obviously things going on in the universe, in the world right now, all over the world. And, people need to find ways to deal with that and process the stress of life or the traumas that happen, they can happen to anyone, anywhere, anytime, as we, as we see. So people need to band together in peace and help each other, and to prevent this mental illness epidemic.
People just need to really start looking out for each other. I think everyone just wants to. It's a lot easier to not say anything.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of people, I feel like, are at, where they just don't want to speak up.
Yeah, but I think, people would get people through things, and that's why there's so many problems too, because people are not getting the help and support they need. I love these watercolors too. Just the effect of we have the microphone, and we can always do voice. We can always add that element.
We have the voiceover.
And singing. You could sing. Or play music. Or in Kundalini meditation, a lot of mantras and sounds,
Yeah. I would even want to do like chanting. There's a really, you can just do like the chakra chant.
But there's some energy when you do it, like
It
a few
builds
people
up.
do it, and then the vibration too of the.
Yeah, we did. Well, when I did the chakra workshop, so when I did my yoga training, we had to do a workshop. That was part of our curriculum. And, I did the chakra thing, and we did the chakra meditation, which is the lam, bam, ram, yam, lam. And you keep going, but like the more you do it, you just like feel like
vibration.
Because when you say the certain symbols, like you feel it in your root chakra, you feel it every time you say. It just stimulates every single part. So it's we did it, I think, for like a good 7 minutes straight. And when you're doing it continuously like that,
you're in a rhythm of
it's just vibration. We should do it one day.
Yeah, we should.
We should do it one day.
I know that the Kundalini, I mean, it was a 2-hour, some of it was intense, like the positions and holding them for, sometimes 11 minutes, 7 minutes, certain amounts of time. It was just kind of challenging when I was doing it. When I was going through, like, simple things were not easy to, raise my arms up for 7 minutes or something. It was kind of hard, but I had this whole reading done, tantric numerology chart,
I remember you
and I have
that.
this whole packet they gave me, and like there's different mantras I have in there, different meditations, different yoga positions and things. So I did want to actually go through them and do them, and yeah, we can do it together.
Yeah, we should do it one night.
I really went through and got this thing for basically the knowledge of it because I knew I was going to get all this information and be able to use it and, teach others too, because it's not so easy to find certain esoteric teachings. They're not widely available.
Sometimes you gotta dig for that stuff.
Yeah, so I just happened to meet a couple who that's all they do is their Kundalini yoga. They kind of like, I don't want to say pray, they're in meditation for maybe hours a day sometimes, and they set this whole program up and really intense. So some of my assignments, do the cat cow for 30, 60, 90 days. One of them was over a year. They wanted you to do a certain, like a mantra or a Kriya, a position, certain exercise or something. And I believe it, but I just haven't done it for
advice
for that long consistently. Okay, here we go. So I'll show my little art here with little snail and pink clouds.
And I am drawing mushrooms, moon, still doodling.
Yeah, this snail needs a friend. I'm gonna get an idea from the little
dear friend,
or a little. I think that's a hedgehog, right? A hedgehog and a little gnome. Maybe this will be one of his little friends. So what was that? Did you say you did a theater thing or something? Was it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was like a long time ago. I want to say it was like in 3rd grade, and it was like during Dr. Seuss week, right? Is that like a thing?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it was Dr. Seuss week. And we all had these little skits that we had to do. And I was in a group with like 2 other people or 3 other people. And we had to make props, like everything. And mind you, we're like 3rd, 4th grade. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was Cindy Lou Who because I wore my hair up. And I put it in a ponytail, I stuck a pencil in there, and then put it up all the way. And we it was like a Horton, like Here's a Who or something. Mm-hmm. I don't even remember, but we did this like 15-minute skit, but everyone had to do one. Mm-hmm. And I was like, they don't do that. They don't make you do that type of stuff anymore.
Well, I remember I had to try out for something, and I didn't want to. I mean, I was in chorus, but I didn't mind singing in a group, but I didn't want to go up by myself and do that. And they made everybody audition for, I don't know if it was Grease or something, but I did not want to do that. I did not. No way.
It's intimidating. It's scary.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And then I didn't mind, like in dance, I didn't mind being with a group too. But I didn't want to be like the solo person out there.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. I didn't mind being in a group because I was in choir. And
you were in choir?
Yeah, I was in choir, and
we did the Chipmunks.
A group of us would sing national anthems at games.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like at baseball games?
No, like at the basketball games and stuff like that. At the basketball games, we would sing the national anthem. And it was like a group of us, and I would always hold the little, like the pitch thingy, so we would blow so we knew what pitch to be on. So I'd be like, just give it a little blow. And then we'd be like, and then we'd start singing. I'm sure I have it on video at my house somewhere. My dad, I think, pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, Yep, that was us doing the national anthem. And then I also tried out for it was like the state competition for choir, which I don't even know. And all I remember is that I got sent home with a CD that I had to like memorize. And I didn't really know what I was getting myself into because I was like in the 6th grade. And it was, do you remember Young Americans?
Vaguely. What is it?
It was like they would like recruit kids basically to like go around tour and like sing at places.
Oh, okay. No.
It was basically like a traveling choir.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of like part of that. So if you got far in like that state competition, like more than likely you would get recruited by All Americans or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Something like that.
You were an All American.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't one of those. But I wanted to be. Oh no. It's okay.
Okay. You have it in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Marker because I'm gonna do a different creature. Creature's next. It's been so windy lately. I had to take that swing off of it because it kept hitting the fence. The wind.
So it was
just like
slamming.
It was slamming. Oops. I had to take it apart, and it's just been really windy.
Yeah, that's fun.
The Windy City.
It's super windy out there.
Let's see how long we've been on. For 45 minutes we've been doing art. So this, I'm almost done. Yeah, I find like cooking, I find these recipes and they say, oh, it's 15 minutes. And I'm like, why did it take me all day?
It took me 15 minutes to cut one item.
Yeah, like
or chop up one item.
How do people put a whole dinner?
I know. I always look at that and I always double the time.
Yeah, it's like.
Because I'm like, okay, maybe that's someone that like.
Yeah, this is not turning out that
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't cook often, but like, I just always feel like the recipes lie on the time.
They lie. Yeah.
Like, this is a 30-minute recipe.
And
3 hours
later, yeah, like I literally stayed up till 3 a.m. making tapioca pudding from scratch, and like I did it on my short in less than a minute, but it seriously took me. I was gonna have a midnight snack, and it turned into past 3 in the morning because that's how long it took to make it from scratch.
20 minutes.
I see why people get the instant one, but I got the big tapioca.
I remember because you had it soaking.
Yeah, and it was so good, but it took a long time to get it made.
But it was worth it. Maybe
oh yeah, it was
better.
It was really good. Yeah, it was. I want to make some more because I have some organic whole milk, and I don't like just drink it. I just use it for recipes and stuff. So. I mean, regular milk goes bad faster than like almond milk or something.
Yeah. That is very true. This would be so fun to do it on what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yes. And you know, when I did the little bit, it was in mushroom goulash with truffle oil, that truffle oil I was telling you about. So I made actual something with mushrooms in it and then put a little of the mushrooms. But yeah, but it was just like a small dose, microdose.
Yeah. When was the last time you did?
That was a couple of years ago. That was like the only time I really did. I was in this study with Johns Hopkins because I was in the clubhouse room on somewhere in Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco, and they had like a store, or they did stuff over there with the mushrooms. So I was talking to all these experts in it and just asking them about like, oh, what about for first time and what do you recommend and all that. So I got the advice, which I still have it somewhere, and I want to put it into like maybe like a little ebook guide or something of just like all the advice that everyone gave me. and then I was in this study, so all along it's John Hopkins Center for Psychedelic Research, and all along the way I filled questionnaires and gave them information, and it's part of their research study. So it helps people with anxiety, PTSD, depression, all sorts of things, mental health. So, and it's not an addictive pharmaceutical drug, but it's under advisement. Actually, mine was at my own risk. I wasn't quite under any advisement, but I didn't do it alone. So, I wouldn't recommend doing anything alone. Like you need somebody there to help, that you are safe in a safe space and have everything you need. And that's why, like I said, I really want to put this guide together. I just I have an ebook that I collaborated with. It's on my website on hyacinthmoon.com, but I've been trying to get it up on Amazon. Just a little snag in technology, but I'll get it up there.
There's so much to learn.
There's so much to learn, but I do have a lot that I want to get out there in the world. It's just, we're in a time of transition here. We are, the world is changing, technology is changing, everything is moving really fast, and we're all just trying to learn and keep up and not fall off the planet. So, sounds like one of your batteries is dead, and I'll probably wrap up on here, being at 51 minutes. Okay, so this was just a little bit of what came to me tonight with my little snail and the Easter colors and the rainbows and the waters.